next speaker this afternoon, her name is Carrie Kohan. Since having 2 near-death experiences at age 27, Carrie has returned with many gifts and has full memories of her experience in the white void. She is spirit-driven, and since returning, she's been able to accomplish a lot. Carrie was considered illiterate, failing school, put in the dummy class, but since choosing life again, she's gone on to debate against the country's top lawyers in Parliament and won, resulting in her helping amend 14 laws to protect children, including bringing in the Amber Alert. With medals from the Queen of England, the United Nations, the Government of Canada, and countless Aboriginal and Women's awards, Carrie is well decorated, but her real love is to help women, men, and teens release past pain and depression and find their ideal life's goals. So please help me welcome Carrie Kohan.
Hello, everyone. I love this area. I actually lived in Banff for a couple of years. I bought Luann Mitchell's house in Banff. It was a Banff mansion, and lived there for about a year. And my daughter went to Banff High School, so it is so nice to be back in this area with all the mountains and the glorious winter. So, Freedom Masters is a company. Freedom Masters is my corporation, and I basically downloaded this. I've had a gift of sight since I was very, very young, and then when I died, I came back and had even more gifts. So with Freedom Masters, one of the things that, we're going to talk about financial freedom today. And there's 2 ways of looking at money. Well, there's a lot of ways. But one of the things that was downloaded with me was puppy money. And actually, I've used it with a couple of clients here. And I want to go through this with you. I'm at a bit of a disadvantage because you all know each other, and I just kind of flew in today. So I want to actually get to know everyone here and understand what is your concept about financial freedom, about money in your life, what are your associations, and so we're going to go through a few things here, okay? So when it comes to money, how do you feel? Do you ever have any shame? Do you ever get any embarrassment of not having enough? I remember being a young mom, and I was up in Fort St. John, and my youngest was in diapers, and I had to go to the store and get some diapers, and got to the till, and we had no money in the account. And I phoned up my former husband, and mortified, because it was a small community, and everyone knew everyone's business, right? So, do you have any difficulties accepting money? So when someone takes you out for lunch and says, oh, I'll buy, and you say, oh, no, I'll buy, and they say, no, I'll buy, and you get into that banter back and forth. How many have actually gone through that, right? A lot of us. Do you ever win and then go, oh, no, I don't have enough money to do this. It's going to be a struggle, right? Do you pay bills late, and then do you pay penalties on top of the bills? That never made sense to me, right? And the next one is, do you have money, or do you spend money that you don't have? So do you rob Peter to pay Paul? Do you take money from your business account and put it in your personal account and savings to personal, and do you juggle anything like that? If any of those items are a yes, especially if you have 3 or more, you're probably heading towards a sad puppy. But this is the one that really made a difference in my world. And the question is, do you have more stuff in your house than you have money in the bank, right? If you can visualize, if you can close your eyes and tour your home, tour your closets, the bedrooms, etc., and if you can say that you have more stuff than you have investments or money in the bank or RSPs or whatever it may be working towards your financial future, then like I said, you're probably working towards being a sad puppy, okay? If you're not a sad puppy, you might be like this. Woohoo! Are you excited about your financial attraction plan, right? Do you love life? Are you heading towards retirement? Do you actually have an idea where you're going financially? And the whole idea about this is money is just energy, right? You know, more and more of us, especially in this group, we're starting to understand that money is energy, just like a puppy is energy, just like your chair is energy, just like you are energy. You're just working, molecules are working at a different vibration, a different rate, and it composes different matter, right? So what I want to do with you is create new associations of money to puppies. And if Puppies aren't the thing that you really, really love, then substitute it with kittens or children or something that really, really makes your heart warm, right? And we're going to create new associations. Do you feel like a grown-up when it comes to money? Do you feel like, yeah, I pay my bills on time, I actually open my mail, right? Yeah, and I actually expect checks coming in the mail. Most of us have actually watched the movie The Secret. Expect checks, right? So the question is, are you a happy puppy or a sad puppy? Now, do you have happy puppy money love? It's creating that association. And because this is a ladies group, I thought that I'd bring in something that would really please you and brighten up your day. So when you think of puppies, you'll think of money and you'll think of love, right? New association. Yeah, some of you are going, oh! Yeah, but the thing about the awe is often we look outside of ourselves for abundance. So basically, how many of you actually feel financially solvent? Raise your hands. Right. Would anyone volunteer to give us some feedback of how you have planned to become financially solvent and actually made it there? Anyone? Stand up. Yes, go ahead. Yes. That's right.
I asked the Creator to help me retire when I was 55.
This lovely lady, what's your name? Julianne asked the Creator to help her retire at the age of 55, and you did it. So did you plan out and did you work very diligently, or did it just be given? So it was gifted to you.
In a very roundabout way.
In a roundabout way. It's beautiful how it works.
My boss went to an employee purchase program, and I became an owner of part of the company.
Yep.
And then I retired, the rest is history.
Very good. Give her a hand. Very good. And at 55, she basically inherited the company. Not inherited, but came in as a partnership in the company and then was able to retire at 55. Anyone else? Yes.
I'm not there yet, but when I went through my divorce, my counselor referred me to a financial specialist.
Yes.
And I thought, I don't have any money, I don't have anything to put aside. And now I have quite a bit set aside, and it was just, I didn't miss it.
Yeah.
It was taken and put to investments, and it's just kind of silently grown. And now I'm that person trying to convince my daughters.
That's right.
Financial specialist.
Very good. Give her a hand. What was your name? Pam. Give Pam a hand. That's awesome. Okay, so there's many ways that you can actually become financially solvent. You can marry rich. You can, inherit or get into a company, be an entrepreneur. There's so many different ways of actually making it there, right? You can actually retire on $3,000 to $6,000 a month with passive income. I was actually retired at age 19. I was 18 years old, and I took an Al Lowry course, How to Buy a House with No Money Down in Victoria, BC. And 6 months later, I saved all my tips from waitressing. And I had $10,000 in 1983, and I bought 2 houses side by side, 2 triplexes. They had 7 units, 11 tenants, and from that, I was making $3,000 a month in 1983, where minimum wage was $3.65, right? So in today's market, that would be about $6,000 a month. And a lot of us think that, oh, retirement, we need so much money. You can actually do it on very little, and it's a passive income. So it's pretty easy to do. It's not as difficult as what you think. A lot of us look outside of ourselves. We actually look out when times are really troubled and you're down on your knees and you're going, oh, please, God, Buddha, Allah, whoever it is up there for you, right? And you're saying, oh, please help me. Perhaps a better question is to realize that we're connected and the abundance is actually within us. So it's opening that door and allowing it to come outside of ourselves. How do we apply it? This was my house. And I say was because last week I owned it, this week I don't. Yeah, and that's one reason why I wasn't here all weekend, because I sold this house in, guess how long? The ones that know me and being on Facebook don't say anything, but guess how long? Yeah, a day. exactly, one day. So in today's market, when we have a so-called recession, I actually put this on the market, and I did 4 exercises, the exercises that I've been downloaded with, and one of them I'm going to share with you today. It's a gift, okay? Now this house, it's $850,000. It was on 2 acres of land, and I got offered $20,000 above asking price within 24 hours. It was actually within 6 hours, 6. So I was up till 2:30 in the morning writing the ad on Kijiji, free ad. And I put it on the listing by 4:30 in the morning, and by 10 o'clock I had 2 couples fighting for it. And since then, I've had 2 realtors asking for it. I've got backup offers on it. It's been quite beautiful, to say the least. So this is where I had retreats. It was my retreat center, and actually you can see $150,000 kitchen renovation. We had $250,000 in landscaping. It was really a beautiful home, and I'm on to bigger and brighter things. I bought a retreat center in Portugal, so that's where we're heading out. So yeah, so we're all going to Portugal. So how did we do that? I became friends with money, and this is where you get to pull out your $20 bill. Yeah. So I want you to actually look at the $20 bill. How many of you, raise a hand, how many have actually examined the $20 bill and know every part of it? Of course, the ones that are retired, right? Because they've made friends with money. Okay. So is there anyone that's missing one? Because I've got lots. Come and get it. Yep. Here. There we go. I'd like it back, though, please. At any rate, I want you to actually look at the $20 bill. And the first thing that we're going to do is run the thumb over the top left-hand corner. Feel that. How many have actually understood that we have Braille on our $20 bill? Isn't Canada a wonderful country? We're inclusive, aren't we, of everyone? And that actually speaks to the tower. This Parliament Tower is where I've spoken 14 times now in Ottawa to protect children. That tower is called the Peace Tower, and it has a Canadian flag above. How many have actually noticed that the clock is set for 11 o'clock? Yeah. So someone in government understands the energy of 11:11. Yeah. Isn't that exciting? So when we turned it around to the other side, my first thought was there was Twin Towers. I was kind of mortified when I saw it. But then I actually looked at it and went, that's Vimy Ridge. So 1917, Canada actually was responsible for stopping World War I. This is a piece of history, and it's all about love. It has the 11 on the front, it's got the Peace Tower, and on the back it has the poppies, Flounders Field, okay? So what a beautiful piece of history that we should really be proud of. And when we give it, we can actually give it in love. Right? It is love that we're passing from person to person to person. What a beautiful way of looking at our bill. I've been doing this a long time. My ex-business partner was Tony Robbins. I don't know if you know Tony Robbins. Yeah. You know, I talk to younger generation, they don't have a clue who he is, and one generation has been lost. So I was business partners with Tony. I owned his franchise in Vancouver many, many years ago, 1993 to 97. And I did all of his workshops for him, and I learned a lot. I became a master practitioner in NLP. So I use NLP with visualization, meditation, and then my gift is sight, and holy crap, it's awesome. So the question becomes, are you a sad puppy or are you a happy puppy when it comes to money? I want you to actually look at that $20 bill and think about how that came into your possession, what you had to go through in order to earn it or to receive it. Did you actually feel that you earned it? Are you worthy of the money that you have? Some deep questions to ask, right? Or to answer. I love this because the ones that have the happy puppy, they're literally climbing all over. You can actually feel the puppies all over the person, right? So here's the secret. We're going to do a closed-eye visualization. It's not a meditation. It's going to be about 5 minutes. It's really fast. But I promise you, I promise you, by the end of this visualization, you will never think of money the same way. And those that really love money and know the bill, you know, the currency very well, you're going to even enhance the love that much more. okay? So you're going to look at money in a totally different way. So let's begin. I'll get everyone to put your stuff down, feet are flat, palms up if you can, and have the $20 bill in your hand, because I want you to actually feel the texture, and I want you to feel this $20 bill and get to know it. You're actually going to infuse love into it. Okay, so let's close our eyes and take a deep breath in. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. And another deep breath in. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Letting go, letting go. And another deep breath in. Breathe in through your nose and exhale, letting go of any stress, any worries, any negative associations to finances, to money. Just let it go. It's like a heavy coat that you're going to lift off your shoulders and just let it fall to the ground. Now, imagine that about 2 feet to your right is one of those little sad puppies, the ones that you saw up there, the big eyes. And when you're looking at it, you're thinking, oh, Pumpkin, you're so sad. And you actually start to kneel down, and it's looking at you. It's a little apprehensive because, see, like money, sometime in your life, you've probably pushed it away. You've said, oh, it's all right, I don't need that right now, or you just pushed it away. So this little puppy is feeling very rejected. And as you kneel down, you put your palm up, and its tail is starting to wag. And it's actually starting to feel pretty good because, oh my God, she's actually accepting me again. And it's starting to come towards you. And it actually puts its head in the palm of your hand. And at this point, the energy of the puppy becomes the energy of your money. So actually allow the puppy to transform into your $20 bill. So the head is now licking you, and the tail of the $20 bill is wagging, and it's getting so excited because you're actually accepting it, and it's coming even closer and closer to you now, and now it's actually coming right beside you, right underneath your arm, and you start to caress this beautiful bill. Actually start to stroke the bill and feel the texture and feel the smoothness and the softness of it. And start to infuse it with love. Send it love. And it gets so excited, the tail on it is now starting to really wag, and it starts to jump on you. And now it's jumping on your chest and it's starting to lick. It's licking your neck, and it's just having so much fun. You're really enjoying this beautiful puppy money. And now all of its friends are seeing that you're accepting money and you're really loving this money, this bill. And so all of its friends are now starting to stampede towards you, and you can feel all of this money coming towards you. And they're so excited. Their tails are wagging, and they're starting to jump all over you now. And you're literally covered in money. In fact, it pushes you over on your back, and you're having so much fun. You're actually covered in all of this puppy money. It is so exciting. So you finally sit up after lots of laughter and lots of joy, and you actually sit up and you look down in your mind's eye at the $20 bill, and you can see the 50s and 100s, and they're different colors, they're different denominations, just like different breeds of puppies, right? And they're all these different colors. And imagine wrapping your arms all around this money and feel how beautiful it is to be abundant and have peace and love with the money that is in your hand. And realize that when you actually share it with others, you're sharing love. And that love will be a boomerang, and it'll actually come back to you. It will come back tenfold. Feel the joy. And when you think of puppies, think of money. 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 Think of money, think of puppies. Think of money, think of puppies. Think of money, think of puppies. In fact, I can see you all dancing tonight. Think of puppies, think of money. Think of puppies, think of money. Right? You're going to create a different association now. And it's a fun one. And with that, I hope you all attract lots of puppies and money, specifically money, in your world. And so it is. Hi, hi. So I'll get you to all open your eyes again. How did that feel? Yeah. Did anyone feel a profound shift in the joy of puppy money now? Yes? Awesome. Good job. Good job. Okay, so like I said, I was ex-business partners with Tony. So I founded Freedom Masters. I was actually journaling and I channel, and at the end of it, it came out Freedom Masters. It signed off Freedom Masters, and I remember thinking, what the heck is Freedom Masters? And they said that's going to be your next venture as such. And it's been profound. So I actually downloaded a 3-day course. I invited 12 people to that house that I showed you there. And my former, he kept notes. Actually, Brenda's nodding her head. You came to it, didn't you? Yes. And my former kept notes, and I basically just downloaded the entire weekend. And we hoped to finish by 6 o'clock, and we did, right on the 1 minute to 6, I think we finished. So it was beautiful. It was like your prayer, you know, Creator, just give me the retirement by the age of 55. I said, Creator, please give me a workshop that will be life-changing for everyone, male, female, you know, short, tall, whatever the issues may have been. And that was the birth of Freedom Masters. So I have a couple of things. On your seat, you were given a draw sheet. And so I asked that you fill it out, and my table is right over there underneath the hockey players. That's interesting. My father was with the Sports Hall of Fame with hockey. Huh. I love when those things happen, right? So the draw is going to be for, yes, they were printed out, the registration forms. Well, actually, do you want to pass those out, please? I haven't proofread them, but we have registration forms as well for you. So the draw sheet is for, what do you call them? Mouse pad. Yes, thank you. I do sign language too. And the other one is for one of our books, just a journal. Not just, it's a cute journal. Okay? The three items, actually, can I borrow one, please? Thank you. We're just handing out a registration form, okay? So, monthly meditation group, and I realized, actually, Karen, we have to get you because you paid for this as well, didn't you? Yeah, so monthly meditation group will basically be doing live meditations just like what we did here. Okay, and it's $20 a month. We'll actually have online Zoom meetups, and then I'll record them, and then you can refer to them anytime that you want, unlimited access. The mentorship program, that is normally $600 a month. I'll do half price for the first 3 months here, so $300 a month. And that's pretty phenomenal because in Vancouver, I'm $375 an hour. And to do a mentorship for 3 months at $300 a month for you ladies, it's one heck of a deal. And what I can do with you in 45 minutes, I've had people that have been with therapists for 40 years, literally 40 years, gone through the system, and after 45-minute session, completely different person. Because it's all spirit-driven. The next one is Travel with Freedom Masters. So the next course that I have coming up is October 26, 27, 28, 29th. And it is at my retreat center, and it is in Edmonton, and it is the last one that we're having because November 10th is the possession date for the new owners. So this is an extraordinary event. $15.97 is what we've been charging, but for you guys, half price. And then I'm also going to break that down, so $7.99. So I'm also going to break that down even further for you, so you can bring a friend. So it would be $400 each, okay? Now, it's limited seating, very limited. And what we're going to do is redesign your world. I did this with my former husband, and we became multi-millionaires. Well, like I said, I was retired at 19. I became a millionaire at 26. I made it, I lost it, I made it, I lost it. And when you lose it a couple of times, you learn very distinct rules and principles. And so now I'm back. And we're going to redesign your world. I use a lot of timeline therapy as well, so we actually go back on your timeline. We'll erase, rewrite, re-record your story. And then moving forward through the present and into the future, you leave with full direction, with a full sense of balance. You will never have to worry about late payments again, because you're going to be on track. And I actually say that with full confidence. I've worked with 8,000 clients one-on-one now. And knock wood, we've never lost one. I work with a lot of people who are suicidal and never lost one. And I've never had anyone ask for their money back in 17 years. So that's really testament, I believe, to my commitment and to really making this a beautiful endeavor for you. And I hope you enjoyed the gift. I hope that tonight you dance and say, you know, puppy money, yeah. Think of puppies, think of money, think of puppies, think of money. It's almost like a cha-cha-cha, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. And I hope that you really consider being with Freedom Masters, especially for this very last one. It's going to be really exciting. So over there is the draw sheet. At the end of today, I'm going to pull the draw. And yeah, that's about it. I actually ended early. I was expecting to go a bit longer. Are there any questions? We actually have a few minutes. Any questions? No? Yes.
Why are you so passionate about children?
Ah, okay. Have we got an hour? So real quick. My daughter was 2 years old, and we were living in Fort St. John. We owned a mobile home park up there, and we were renovating it. And a 3-time convicted pedophile was our neighbor, and he actually entered our house and tried to kidnap her. And so she was 2 years old in the crib, and I became very versed in how many rights he had and how few rights I had as a parent. So, and I had forgotten that I was molested as well at 3 years old. So I had a repressed memory. And I couldn't figure out why I was so driven to change laws. Because in 1998, families really didn't have many rights. And there was no Amber Alert, there was no child fine, there was no nothing. So I was the first person in Canada, actually, to organize citywide rallies and to change the consciousness in our country. So I started speaking from coast to coast. And brought Amber Alert into Canada with Heather Forsyth in Calgary. She was with Wild Rose. And she and I worked for 2 years through all the bureaucracy. And thank goodness, because every time that I hear an Amber Alert, I tear up. Because, oh, wow, the effort. You have no idea the bureaucracy that we had to fight through. And so the first one, Lisa's Law, I don't know if you remember in 2002, the blockade outside of Bowden Prison, because a mother was ordered by a Saskatchewan judge to bring her 2 kids into pedophile prison in common visiting area. So she phoned me up. No one knew the case, so I blew that case out of the water and got it coast to coast, national news, and we changed the law with that, Lisa's Law, so we protect kids. And I raised the age of consent from 14 to 16, child internet protection law. You're hearing the whole resume. I wasn't expecting that. But it's all spirit-driven. So when I died, I heard very clearly, Carrie, you got to go back. You got too much to do. And I was like, I'm a bartender. What the hell am I going to do? Right? And I met with Creator and the Council of Men. I had never heard of the Council of Men before. It's a whole nother story. And in that, they kept insisting, you got to go back. You got too much to do. And they finally showed me my 2 girls because they knew, above all else, I wanted to be a mom. And I got to be a mom of Miss Teen Canada now. She, in 2002, my eldest was Miss Teen Canada, and they're both sweet girls. They're both, without a boyfriend, and, they're really driven, and I'm like, wow, I'm so lucky. They're really going places and following their dreams, and that's all you can ask for as a parent, right? So, I think a good judge of a mentor is, looking at their life and how they've lived it. And I'd really like to assist all of you in living yours and living your ideal self. I've got a really good tool that will help you step into your ideal self. And man, you'll change for the better. I mean, you're already awesome now, but just wait. It's awesome. Thank you.